I'm just now noticing Kim's background, and I feel like I've been dealt like psychic damage by it.
That's only part of it.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a full house this evening, and there's a lot of talking and laughing. Someone is right now stifling their laughter so hard she's crying. I begged her to please stop, and it made her want to
are we
make
gonna
more
have
noise. Apparently,
a
You
live
can't
audience on the Suck? I think is
we
that
have
what
you
you're
a
saying?
can't hold back your laughter like that. That's how you get a UTI.
no.
It
She
is.
does have a UTI. Maybe that's TMI, that she literally has a UTI right now, and it's probably from stifling laughter, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
I,
It's
You know,
not
the
healthy.
fun thing about the live audience is they can only hear me. They can't hear you guys. So,
Oh
you guys
wow.
will get zero laughs, and I'll get also zero laughs because I'm definitely not going to make anyone over there laugh.
Yeah, so you
Uh,
mean like how the show normally is? Yeah.
yeah, so basically, no, Justine, hi, how are
Hi.
you? Oh my God. Oh, it's
I'm
been forever. So, did I hear you ask about my backdrop a second ago?
yeah, so I've noticed you have what seems to be a minion
Uh huh.
wearing a Sonichu medallion, and I did mention I'm being dealt like critical psychic damage, like a ticking damage point.
It says a little slogan on the top there.
Oh yeah, it says
That's
I am not your god.
It says, "I am not your god." So that's available, soon in the Kielbasa garage shop.
And
So we can
it
do a
will
little
be.
little joint shop thing. I got a shop thing going on
Ooh,
now too.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
this could be a
I like
collaborative
this.
effort.
Some
Between the
uh,
two of
some
us.
some Kimbasa garage.
Kielbasa garage. It's
Yeah.
happening. We
Let's
can't
do like
stop it.
a shop crawl. Kind of like a bar crawl. We just hit
Oh
your shop and
yeah.
then
We
your
just hit all
shop,
the
maybe
shops.
another one. Yeah,
I
just a
Yeah.
like
nice little
that. I like that shop crawl. All
Yeah,
right.
keep your
that's
drink
like
with
what
you as you
my
go to the next one.
that's like what my
Yeah.
aunt does on like a particularly wild Thursday. She's hitting Macy's, she's hitting TJ Maxx, she's
Ooh.
out there, she's crawling the shops. I love
See,
this.
your grandma's very mainstream. Like she's going to all the name brand shop. My grandma goes to Tuesday Morning. All right, she goes to Goodwill. All right, she's
Oh
out there
yeah.
trying to find original stuff.
Women of a certain age love Tuesday morning.
My God, that's a noisy chair.
I've never been in
Sorry.
Tuesday Morning. What is that like? I don't know. Can y'all fill me in?
So Tuesday morning, right? Let's take this together,
Yeah,
Justine.
yeah.
Right? So because we're both big Tuesday morning people,
Yeah,
right?
real Tuesday morning head over here.
We're a Tuesday morning crowd. So, you go in there, and first thing you see, just a whole aisle, no matter what time of year it is, just a whole aisle of poorly painted Santa Claus statuettes.
Yes.
Really?
Always.
Yeah,
Wow.
year
Always.
round. No doubt about it. And they will be Santas of like different varieties too. You're gonna have your jolly fat Santas. You're gonna
Gotta
have
have it.
some really, really like uncomfortably depicted Santas of like a various race, depending on
Oh,
regionally,
yeah. Oh, yeah. And you
Yeah.
can always tell what part of the
What?
country you're in based on which Santas have sold and which ones
Yes.
remain on the shelf, if you know what I mean.
hmm
Tell.
another big
You kidding me?
Tuesday morning feature is the cheapest, lowest quality like bath product sets in a big display in the middle of the store. Um,
Oof. Yes.
little
Always.
little body washes and gels and stuff in like a weird little
Soaps.
zipper bag. Yeah, with
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
ribbon on
Like
it.
who puts that together? You know what I mean? I like to imagine that the manufacturing workforce of a Tuesday morning is just a bunch of nephews. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah,
That's how I
absolutely.
envision it. Man, Jeremy put it together. That's kind of
Yeah.
my
Nephews who like don't like their aunts that much.
yeah,
It's
because they do a real slapdash job. But
yeah.
yeah, grandma's nice,
Another
so
another
so.
Tuesday morning staple, I think you're going to have an aisle that's just throw pillows. Wall to wall throw pillows, and they're all just about as ugly as you can imagine a throw pillow being.
Oh God, and they have little slogans on them, just like
Mhm.
little sayings, like
Give us one. I need one.
Well, like Justine, like you know what I'm talking about.
Some days you
Like
step in it,
all I
sometimes
need,
it steps into
all I
you.
need is God, coffee, and my grandkids, or something like
Yes,
that. You know?
that's exactly the vibe. Like a oh gosh, collect moments, not things, would
Yeah.
be one
Oh,
that you
Mm.
see.
that's a really
Yeah,
good one. Yeah, yeah. That's so grandmas love pillows with little sayings written on them.
Is this
yeah. A
specifically
journey
for
is best measured in
grandparents?
friends rather than miles.
Oh
That
yeah, Phil, you walk into a Tuesday morning, you instantly are overcome with the sense that this is a grandparent inclusive space. I
Is
would
it
say an anybody but
mothballs and
grandparent exclusive space, even. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
And
They
Phil, I think mothballs is right on the money because there is a scent I think that
mm,
is specific to a Tuesday morning.
yes.
That like you've come into your grandmother's home, and this isn't a grandmother who likes to bake good things or
Nope.
anything like that, but this is a grandmother who just like hates you a little bit and doesn't really agree with your choices in life, and the smell is this musty kind of old floral. Yeah, it
Do
really
they have
transports
those
you.
like little glass bowls with the weird potpourri like bark shavings,
Thousand
like
percent.
Yes,
just
yes.
hanging out?
Oh, and those tins full of candy of a questionable age.
Yeah.
That have the strawberry wrapper?
Strawberry rabbit,
The-
and there's those old bags of popcorn that
Mm,
you wonder what they're for.
I
Sure.
simply must stop you here. The strawberry candies I will defend. I
They're
love
Okay,
good?
we'd
strawberry
love to hear your
candies.
reasoning on that.
I actually own, in my own home, a 7.5 pound bag of the strawberry candies. I have been working on them since about mid July of 2021. I have
Oh
made
my
very little
God.
progress in the bag. They're delicious. They are hard candies that you can, kind of suck on the outside. And once you get to the center, a delicious gel strawberry filling.
Right,
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful stuff.
So I just want to point out, because I quickly did a little research here. So Justine, you have been sucking on these strawberry candies for 462 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. That feels right to me. And boy, does my jaw hurt.
We love to suck. I mean, we love to see it. It's a
We
great.
love to suck it.
We do love to suck it.
We love to
Suck
suck
it.
it. I'm
Love to
glad.
suck
We, well, the opening of the show is clearly a Tuesday morning theme, but I didn't know we would make it all the way to the delicious center of a strawberry candy just like that. I mean, perfect way to start the episode. Welcome everyone to episode 53 of the Succ. We're so happy Justine and Kim are both here together for the first time in a
Yay.
long time.
It's
I don't
been
know
a
if we have
really
any.
long time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've been. I know that perhaps my absence, my frequent recent absences, have not gone unnoticed, and for that I apologize. However, I have an excellent excuse, and that excuse is the magic of prestige television. Do
Mm,
you guys know
Oh.
how good TV is right now? We've got Elf Show. A lot of talk about Elf Show, which is also known as the Rings of Power. I personally will not be referring to it as that. I'll be referring to it as Elf Show because that's what it is in my heart.
Elf show, everyone.
Yeah,
I
a
love
lot
Elf
of
Show. I love. And did you see the spin-off movie? They made it before the series. I think it's just
What was
called.
that one?
It's like some Will Ferrell movie, which seemed weird.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
yes, Elf. Yeah,
That fits strangely into the canon of Tolkien's world.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. It's like
you
they
know.
did Lord of the Rings, they did Elf, and now they're doing this other program.
yeah. So, and I mean that was an odd choice to do a prequel, before a prequel series. But I respect the creative vision. But we've got Elf Show. People are being really mean about Elf Show.
I
I'm
was
not
gonna say,
really-
Justine, I heard it wasn't so good. You're probably the first person I ever heard say that they're really loving the Elf Show.
Yeah, loving the Elf Show. Again, not fully caught up on it. I'm about 4 episodes in right now. And because you take time off a podcast, that doesn't mean you got nothing to do but watch TV.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Oh,
mostly what I'm
there's
doing.
even more. There's even more lore than I thought of. I forgot before even Lord of the Rings came out. There was another. There was a whole series that they. It's like Alf or something like that with an A.
Yeah, yeah, that was. Yeah, so that was. I don't know that was canon. But it was.
No,
It
that
was
was
kind of.
that's
Oh,
the
was it?
Alf
No,
was the
hold on.
first
Yeah, I'll
orc.
check. I'm
The
checking
first
on the.
orc was Alf. Actually, that's where
Interesting.
Sauron eventually, get his whole army because Alf was,
Okay.
the
Yeah,
father.
no, yeah. I just looked it up. It's on the Wikipedia. Well, it is now. So
Well, I saw this because I was watching it, and Amazon has that X-ray thing, and it shows the
Oh yeah,
whoever
yeah,
the
yeah.
actors, and it was just in there, and also that orcs love to eat cats. Apparently,
That
but it
does
all
track
connects,
for me. Yeah, but
that's
yeah,
wow.
I've heard a lot of negative opinions about Elf Show, and I think this is going to be a recurring theme of me fighting back a little bit on negative TV opinions because
Ooh,
for one, I've fully bought into TV magic. I think I'm on the side of TV
sure,
magic.
sure. You're on the
What
side
else
of
have you
Jeff
been?
Bezos, as are we all.
Yeah, of course,
I would
of course.
assume.
Yeah, love
He's a
that
very
guy.
talented man, very good looking, handsome man.
Very
I love
Sauron-esque.
he lets
Full
me
head of
rub his
hair, that
head for
man.
luck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great. But yeah, I think the biggest Phil, what have been some of the biggest criticisms you've seen of Elf Show? It
Oh, I
looks
think
bad,
most of
or
the people that are talking negatively, loudly at least, are the people that don't believe there could be a melanin skin owning elf or dwarf for some reason. I don't know why
okay,
that is.
yeah. So the black fantasy character debate is probably one of the most I get no bitches debates I've ever seen in my life because
100%. Yep,
and
yep.
I mean I'm a big fantasy head. Love fantasy. Read a lot of it, watch a lot of it when I can, which is why I've had to take time of the show. Gotta
Right.
catch up on my fantasy. You guys were getting in the way of my fantasy watching. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
No, it's
We wouldn't
I'll
want to
forgive
come
you.
between you and the little fellas that you like to watch on TV.
Yeah, I gotta watch a little guy. It's like if there's a little guy with a sword, I'm sorry, I gotta take a Thursday night off here and there.
Yeah, and big
Um,
feet too, from what I understand.
Big
So,
feet, big sword. You
in
know what
fact,
they
I think
say
we should
about
all take a little time off of the Succ so we can go check out them hairy feet.
and
Right?
I'm always
Could we
saying
just
this.
take a week?
This is why I've always been a fan of Tolkien, the feet, They've
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
been there.
yeah.
I love the
Huge,
idea of
Tarantino
just
had that
thinking
in mind.
about the people that
huge
are upset
podophile.
about
Tolkien.
this. Podophile?
Yeah,
Todophile.
no, yeah, it's like
Look, like
the
podiatry, like feet.
podiatry, right?
That's,
And
my
I believe
apologies.
he wrote about
I didn't know that
his
term.
foot fetish, which
Yeah.
makes him a registered podophile. So it's on the record, right?
But yeah, I guess my thing with the black fantasy characters, and I'm definitely not the first one to say this. You're watching a show with elves and like little hairy foot guys and dwarves and
Ugh.
like dragons and stuff. So it's like I think I think you're gonna need to suspend your disbelief just a shade more, and I think we'll get there.
Yeah,
It'll
for
be
sure,
okay.
for sure. What I've always been curious about, like the little people have big feet. Do the big people have little feet? Perhaps
I think
it's kind of a topsy turvy world. There are giants and such and so forth. So
if we're thinking of like the elves, I think were pretty canonically tall in Tolkien's world, but looking at their twinky little bodies,
you would
I
think
think
they have little
they'd have
petites,
nice, small, compact feet.
little size
Um,
fives.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that it's canon. The Istari are very big, large, but very small feet. You're kind of like a
Yeah.
ghost or a spirit. That's what is
Yeah, like a very alive, slim, compact-footed. Yeah, absolutely.
just go to like a point,
Yeah.
like a cartoon
Yeah.
character almost.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
beautiful.
Like,
It's a different kind of
like those
horny
cowboy
you get from those
boots
feet.
that a
Oh,
certain
yeah.
type of Mexican man wears,
That's
where
a
they're kind of
very-
pointed and they circle up. That's what I'm picturing.
Oh yeah, those boots that do
Yeah.
the circle up thing.
Exactly. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I get you. I'm a big fan of those boots.
Yeah.
I
And
wear
so-
my pair all around town. I like to just shuffle around in them.
Yeah. And
Just
so
kinda-
my biggest offense of Elf Show is if you're mad about there being black people in the Elf Show, find the love of a woman. That's my advice to you. If you're not enjoying Elf Show because there's black people, find the loving embrace of a woman in your life and go from there. I think you'll like it a lot more. I've also been heavily invested in Dragon Show.
Which one is that?
And that would be
That'd be House of Cards with Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
Oh.
They just came out with a whole new sequel, but people are saying it's very dark. I keep hearing that. I keep hearing it's very dark, probably because of what he did. So don't recommend that one. You can't defend Kevin Spacey, Justine. Surely not. Anything you say beyond this point is a defense of a terrible, terrible man.
Well, you have to understand
That's a different Netflix show, I think.
The socio-political climate of Kevin Spacey's time back then in the 1400s. It was a different time.
It was a different time. It was a different time. Yeah.
Kim, you actually have hit on a complaint that I've seen a lot. It was a complaint that got thrown around a lot for Game of Thrones. It's a complaint that's getting thrown around a lot about House of the Dragon, is that people think it's too dark, like literally too dark lighting wise. And
I've heard this.
Here's the thing. So I think it was a valid complaint for certain episodes of Game of Thrones. If you go back and you try to watch the Long Night episode of Game of Thrones, that is almost unwatchable. It is a very dark episode, like literally you cannot see.
I think and it also ends with Jon just yelling at a dragon for no reason, and then his sister kills the spoilers for season 8 of Game of Thrones. Everybody,
spoiler alert.
But his sister, who had nothing to do with the Night King throughout the whole series, it was Jon's rival, just kills the Night King because it subverts expectations or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a big old turd, Justine. It was bad.
Oh, it was. I'm a big Martin head, big George R.R. Martin head. Love it. I hated season 8 just like everybody else did. That's totally fine. And I think specifically the lighting criticisms for a lot of those episodes were very valid. But watching House of the Dragon now, seeing people complain about the lighting in that show is insane. I've come to the conclusion that everyone every Sunday night is tuning into this show, turning on every overhead light in their home, turning the brightness on their screens down to 10%, and then getting on Twitter to complain that they can't see anything. And I've decided that's no longer my problem.
Of course.
You're just dumb at that point. I don't
know. I kind of think the House of the Dragon should have more like breath and fire going, right? Like, wouldn't that?
You think there'd be a lot of light sources? I agree with you, Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard dragons when they poot, it also has light and fire.
There's a little fire trail that comes out.
Sorry, I didn't want to curse on the show. I know we don't really do that.
Yeah, you're allowed to say it, Phil. When they pass gas,
Okay, whew. I was worried they were gonna bleep that one.
But yeah, I do think I even made a comment in watching the last episode. Actually, some of the nighttime scenes are they've got a little bit too much ambient lighting. They're a little bright for nighttime. So I don't know what show these people are watching, but they're wrong. The other complaint is, of course, anytime anything Game of Thrones related gets come up, we have to talk about the depiction of violence against women in media, and I refuse to have that conversation because I am a person with friends and hobbies. So I just refuse to engage in that. But it's a good show. People are saying it's boring, that it's not living up to Gambo as far as
Gambo?
Action. Game of Thrones.
Gambo First Blood? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, Gambo First Blood.
Holy shit.
People are saying it's not living up in terms of
Gambo.
action. And I think if you don't see the value in watching a guy be like, "Oh, it's very difficult to be king, my lord. Well, yes, and I must marry to produce an heir." Well, then you're just not into it. And you're just
quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't want to interrupt your flow, but it just occurred to me. This show is called House of Dragons, right?
House of the Dragon.
HOG. That's the acronym.
Do you know what people? Do you know what people?
You're
cranking my hog on Sunday night.
Alone, yeah, all day, just seeing cranking the hog.
Do you know how
Succ,
people have
been? You're choosing the hog over the Succ. That's all I'm saying.
I'll choose the hog over the Succ any day. But
it's a poor choice.
But do you know people actually have been abbreviating House of the Dragon as HOTD, putting the space in between, and we're all online. We're all talking about Hot D all day.
Hot D. I
Oh,
was going to
hot
say hot
D.
dogs, even, because that's a hot topic around
Oh
here.
yeah, I guess
we
hog
love a
makes
good
more
hot
sense.
D.
What the fuck was I thinking? Because
Cranking
dragon
on-
starts with a D. That doesn't make
Cranking
sense.
that Targaryen, you know.
Yeah, so we're
Dragon.
we're all out here every single Sunday. I'm ignoring you guys. I'm not answering the group chat. I'm getting into some hot D, and that's nobody's business but my own. But I'm here to explain myself today. So I'm sorry for my absences. I've
It's
had some
okay.
Black Elves to watch. I have had some hot D to get on, and
That's all right.
I think I'm back now.
Well,
This is amazing.
welcome back. I hope you never miss an episode again. You know, I'm a big stickler. I say everyone has to be here all the time. I get very, very upset when people miss an
Kim,
episode.
Justine,
Justine.
rarely misses episodes. So,
You ever
you know,
have
this
missed an
tracks.
episode before? I like how in our there's a little backstage banter, but I like how in our little we have a little logbook of who was on what episode. If you just go back through it, you know, you just see Kim crossed out, Kim crossed out, Kim crossed out, Kim crossed out for months at a time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing about my absences. Not to quote a classic 90s anti-drug commercial, Kim, but I learned it from watching you.
Well, you know, that's fine. Yeah, you know, if I had kids, they'd probably be, they'd probably be suck misters too. It's just like, you know, you learn from the people you're close to, Justine, is what I'm getting at. So I'm glad that you look to me as sort of a mother figure type, you know? So
Always.
Yeah,
I do
great.
think of you as my mother. I'm very upset that right now you're not rocking me in your beautifully strong arms and petting
They
me
are
and
very
petting my
strong.
hair as I fall asleep. I'm very upset about it. Mama, please. Mama, please.
Well, you know, it's a little clingy for me, Justine. You know, I'm not very hands-on with my own biological children. Which spoiler for me, I have. You know, so
wait a sec. Okay.
it's crazy.
All right.
You think
I was
Phil's the
wondering
only
that.
person on this show with kids? You know what? 30 years old. Well, I will be in a couple of days. You know, I got
Happy early birthday.
I got a couple
Happy
20-year-old
birthday.
children floating around out there. I got around
I mean,
when I was
whom
10.
amongst us?
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I
Whoa.
dated Kevin Spacey for a while.
Well, before we go too far afield, something that did come to mind from the elf show, the dragon show, it does seem like the reviews are loud, to say the least. And I've been
Yes.
hearing about something. I wanted to bring this up because I heard we might actually be able to talk to somebody at this company. I guess there's a dating app called The Right Stuff. Have y'all heard about this?
I have
I
heard about
haven't.
that. Yeah.
It's a dating app for conservative only people, invite only. And apparently the reviews for this app on the App Store have been getting bombed pretty heavily because I guess it's only men that are on this. Spoiler alert. I guess nobody would have seen that coming.
And spoiler for the right app. Yeah.
Yeah, that's shocking to me that a conservative dating app is kind of a sausage party. Color me shocked, truly.
Let me read one review here. There's plenty more. If you just go search for the Right Stuff dating app on the App Store, you'll see it's a pretty good read for a while. This one is a 1-star review, and it's titled "A Good App, but There's No Women?" Question mark.
Well, then why?
I love-
yeah.
And this
It's
is
the
from
same review
Douglas
for Grinder, you know?
Yeah.
I like how this
actually
guy
feel like
gives his real name.
there are probably more women on Grinder than there are on the right stuff, solely because,
Oh, that's
Well,
a
hang in
fact.
there because
tags.
y'all both have a relevant point to this one. I'll read some of it and then I'll skip ahead. But it starts out really strong for a dating app review. I love my country. I love the Second Amendment.
Of course.
And I love God.
Of course.
These days, it's hard to find a
Put that
woman
on a
who
pillow,
values
sell
my
it a Tuesday
patriotism.
morning. Yeah.
My faith, and so after being ghosted by every match on Tinder, I decided to give this app a try. And then toward the end, it says, "But the weird thing is, I couldn't find any women on it. I don't know. Maybe the app is bugged. I tried switching my preference to men." Just to make sure it was working. Of course, and loads of handsome men came up. I hope the developers can fix this. And that's why I wanted to bring this up, because I found out I actually know somebody that can get us in touch with a developer at the
Oh,
Right Stuff
yeah,
app.
yeah.
Oh,
Phil,
incredible.
can you text me the contact? I'll add him to
Yeah.
the thing
Here
right
you go.
now.
Kim, you got this?
Yeah, I got this.
That's what my phone sounds like when a text message goes out. That's a normal Apple
Okay.
sound for.
Yeah, no, I'm just beep boop boop boop. You know, just
Mm,
doing my thing. That's how it
let me
works. Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, actually, so hold on. Oh, here's the reply. What? Uh, yes, libtard. I'm on my way. I oh. Okay, get ready to be owned. Dot dot dot. I am outside. Okay, so I only have the one mic, so I'm just gonna have to
okay.
just let him in.
They're
So
okay. They're at your place. This is okay. I didn't
yeah.
expect that.
All right, great. All right, yeah, let's have him on.
Yeah, Phil, this is exciting. Are you gonna really no softball questions for this guy, right? Like,
Yeah, we rarely get a chance to really, have interviews of this nature. We're trying to match Tucker Carlson interviewing Kanye energy here. This is going to
yeah,
be, it's going to be big stuff.
this is ground. This could get you your Pulitzer, I think.
Well, I want to
Hello.
welcome Deborah DeLoptrop, and thank you for being here, Deborah. I know that it was kind of last minute, and you were able to make it to Kim's studio.
Quick
Deborah,
correction. My name is not Deborah.
Okay, and what is your name?
can
Benjamin.
we?
Benjamin.
Oh, Benjamin Droplop.
No, that is not my. No.
This is embarrassing. I'm going to talk to Joshua.
I would like to talk to the producer of this show. I would like to get it pulled from the air.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
actually,
Is your last name Shapiro by any chance?
Correct.
Ah, okay.
wow, this is a very unexpected turn of events. Are you telling me Ben Shapiro's in Kim's apartment right now?
Yes. I don't know where I am exactly. My mom dropped me off 35 minutes ago, and I circled the block waiting for the show to start, and then I went to the address that was provided to me.
Okay, well, thank you for being here, Ben.
Trouble getting up the stairs to Kim's place.
Did you have to kind of army roll up each one?
Well, you can imagine how disturbed I was when I found that I didn't actually have to climb any stairs. That's what I like to do. I like to always ascend, go to the next, the higher level. Unfortunately, the apartment seems to be located downstairs in some sort of spooky basement situation.
This is awkward. Okay. So wait, you're not at Kim? What does it look like in there?
I believe he's at Kim's basement.
There's some sort of giant yellow libtard behind me.
I'm text Kim. This is weird. Hopefully she'll text me back.
Hey guys, it's my apartment. I'm in the apartment. This is Kim. I'm over from the other side of the room over here.
Ben Shapiro. Do you live in a dungeon?
It's Ben Shapiro. I didn't want to get into that necessarily, but yes, if I were to move the curtain, you would see it is in fact a dungeon type area. There's chains on the walls. This is exactly the kind of thing that I've been told to avoid. I'm sorry.
Are you into that? Do you like secretly to be shackled? Does that help you feel like when you need to break free is when you really have your finest hour? I
am locked in my room every night, but not because I enjoy it for any kind of sexual liberal fantasy. It is because my mom locks me in there for my own safety.
So, Ben, I know that we are here to have you talk about your app that you've developed, and I'd love to get into that. First, I have a really pressing question that I do need to get to you. How's your sister? She's single? What's up?
Abigail remains single. She has deleted her feed from the internet. So before you ask about my sister, I will tell you that I have no information at the present time about her romantic life or about your disgusting, twisted, neo-leftist, sick, disgusting foot vagina fetishes. I've followed up with your show, and I know what kind of sick, disgusting, perverted things that you people talk about, and I've come here to own you, and I've come here to set the record straight.
I gotta say, I'm not feeling very owned.
Just wait for it. You're going to feel so owned by the end of this.
It is nice that the this app that you've developed is apparently missing a lot of wet ass pussy, as it's been known
Ugh.
to be spoken about on your show. Was that intentional, or how did this happen, Ben? A
Yes,
lot of people are
I told the
complaining.
developers of the app, if I see one wet ass vagina on my platform, I will shut the whole thing down, and I will fire the entire development team, and I will pull funding from the project. It is a intentionally vaginaless website. As you know, I'm not a great fan of the P word, and
Oh.
I think it's inappropriate to list it on any media, let alone my own developed property.
Now, so I definitely understand your line of thinking there. I guess, Ben, my question would be, do you think that removing access to, the P word from your app, you might be kind of accidentally leading to what could be referred to as a sausage party?
No, no.
No.
No, that is a liberal concept. It is what is destroying this country, and is what I have set out. It is what I have made my mission to undo the treacherous leftist thinking that has a neo post modernism of exactly what you said. So, you are what's wrong with this country. You are the people who are wanting to destroy it and who are wanting to take me down personally. And you are the people who say you can't go outside wearing pajamas any time of day, Ben. And you are the people who say that you
Oh, Ben, it's okay. Look, you've really helped us get to the bottom of this. I think we really get it now. Why it's only men on your app? You designed it that way.
I made it. I made it
hate to
myself, and it's a really
continue.
special app, and I did a good job. And my mom said I did a good job on it, and I hate when you guys are talking about it. I don't like it. That's it.
I really would
understand.
hate to continue kicking this little guy while he's down. I think he's been owned thoroughly.
I'm in a scary dungeon, and I don't know. And I've called my mom, and she has not returned my call, which is very unusual. And I think that she might be seeing a new man, and that makes me very insecure. And I really just need the support of someone who's not a liberal right now. So if either of you could just pretend for a minute, please, just comfort me.
Well, Ben, I've been pretty vocal in the past about, definitely distancing myself from liberals. I think we might have a little
Really?
bit in common there. Absolutely. And, I'd certainly like to extend. I hope you had a very meaningful Yom Kippur, which just ended yesterday. I think you have a beautiful family. Your sister has some of the most gorgeous breasts I've seen in a respectful and traditional nuclear family way.
They are big mommy milkers. I mean, sister milkers.
Yeah, Ben, I hate to see anyone in pain, and I really hope that we can come together on this and perhaps find a way to, again, in a respectful, traditional, nuclear family centered way, maybe
Say you're
get
for a
some
strong local
access
government.
to
Just
wet
say you're
humor.
strong. Don't say the word wet. Just say you're for a strong local government. Please, I need you to hear that you guys are for small government and not for big government. Please.
Oh, wow.
Ben, I'm for the smallest government. You could say that the government I'm for would be right around perhaps 5'5" would be the size of the government that I want. Yeah.
5'5".
Does that help? Yeah.
Yeah. That makes me feel a lot better.
Okay.
Nice and
I'm so
cozy.
glad.
Nice and
Do
comfortable.
either of you
What you're
have a
used to.
juice box?
Oh, I do actually. I have several. I
I
drank
do,
them.
Do you
but
have
I only have
Some fruit
Charcoberry
snacks.
Blast. I'm so
Do you have
sorry.
fruit snacks?
Ben, you want me to microwave a mac and cheese cup for you? Takes 3 minutes. Just hang in there, okay?
Okay.
We'll
It'll be
get your
ready
mom
soon.
on the phone and we'll get her to come get you.
Okay.
We'll get your mom needs to come pick you up from the dungeon. I don't know. This is weird.
It's not a dungeon, you guys. I just like chains.
I'm a little concerned. It makes me bring up something I've been seeing going around on Facebook. I want to talk about it for the listeners as much as I'm concerned about you, Ben. I'm also concerned for the listeners because this story has been making the rounds again as Halloween approaches. Apparently, something called the McCamey Manor. I don't know how to say it.
McCamey, yeah.
McCamey Manor. Have y'all heard about this?
I have,
Do
unfortunately.
I have to go now? I was just
Oh,
getting
I
into
think
it.
Ben's mom is
Don't
here.
get into that. Ben, please do not get into that coffin. It's
Jesus Christ, that guy. It's all wet. It's sopping wet over here.
Kim.
Why is it wet where he was sitting?
You look very muddy, Kim. I'm troubled. Have you been
Okay, look, I didn't want to get into it. I guess the secret's out, all right? Yes, I do have a dungeon in my apartment, okay? Yes, my
Okay.
apartment could loosely be described as very eerie, as, kind of Dahmer-esque even in some places. Don't look inside my refrigerator. But it's fine. It's fine. I got the next round of guests or whatever that you. What are we up to? McKinsey? The Kinsey scale?
Yeah. Ironically enough, we were discussing a quote unquote haunted house, which has been renowned for its basically torture fetish farming practices. And it's not a manor at all. Apparently, it's just a man who'll take you to random farmhouses and torture you. A lot of people see the stories going around that if you survive this quote unquote haunted house, you'll get paid $20,000. And people are lined up and they are saying, we can do this. And every year people see this story and they say, they tag their partners and they say, honey, let's go. We can do this. We got this. This is our payday. And then they put a hashtag for something like their business or, which is totally normal behavior, I think.
Very normal. Yeah.
So,
strikes me as normal.
The thing with McCamey Manor, and I hate to be
McCamey
Manor.
McCain Manor.
McCain.
Yeah, it's John McCain's Manor.
Cindy McCain's.
Right.
Yeah, right.
The thing about John and Cindy McCain's Manor is that
their fuck mansion. You mean?
So
well,
I really hate to be the guy
couple.
who like a kind of silly seeming news story gets brought up and then I have to drop the insanely bad reality of it on everyone, but I do.
Oh, then don't.
Yeah. Nope, can't stop myself. I'm already halfway in.
It needs to be discussed.
So the guy who runs it is like pretty well known at this point for being like outside of just the regular kind of psychopath who runs a haunted house out of his own place. Like he's like a real psychopath where like essentially, so he no longer even advertises the $20,000 prize. I'm going to go ahead and say that. He does not do that anymore. He never wanted to pay out to begin with. There's been a ton of reports of people who have made it through the entire like experience, never got paid out because this guy isn't doing it to like run a business. He's doing it because he's a weirdo. He has sexually assaulted visitors. He has injected visitors with actual drugs against their own will. And I mean, there's like obviously the physical like assault and stuff, but people do sign a waiver for that, and that feels a little bit more in keeping with the haunted house. But
have you read the waiver? It's literally insane. They're like, we will bury you under the ground, 12 feet under the ground. We will take you 60 feet underwater. They tell you that you have to be willing to accept the risk of suffocating from being buried, drowning from being taken underwater, and also getting the bins for rising too fast. There's a lot of ridiculous, like they basically make you sign away your death if you're okay with that.
That's a fun thing about this, by the way. That's not a legal document. That doesn't hold up in court. I need people to know that. If you
can't make people sign things that break the law. In fact, those are the things that don't really hold up in court.
You can't have someone come into your house and sign a contract that says it's okay if I shoot you in the head with my gun, and then shoot them in the head with your gun.
I can't believe I'm just now learning this.
And you're like, we had a contract.
I'm starting to realize I'm not as protected, legally speaking, as I thought I was.
Yeah, Kim, I was wondering what's going on. I see something just kind of right behind your backdrop. Is something very muddy is coming, like wiggling? What is going on?
Look, guys, we don't have to get into it, all right?
What do you mean?
A
I
lady
just
has secrets. I
I
mean,
look, a lady has secrets, right? Right? There's all kinds of things about me that you guys will never know. And
Is
if
that
you
a
ever tell anyone what you've seen here today, even so
oh,
much as a peep, we're gonna have a big problem. You understand? So I don't want to hear nothing about no mud, nothing about no chains, nothing about what's definitely not in my freezer. Just look, I watched a lot of TV. All right, there's a new show out. I have this problem, guys. I imitate things I see on TV. All right, and it's a real issue. All right, so I started wearing these really stupid looking glasses and shit. I've got I don't even I've got a lot of NyQuil in my house, and I don't know where this is gonna go, you guys. So just like let's not unpack it anymore. All right,
okay.
I don't love this arc for me. Okay, so just let me get it out of my system. All right, I'll do
Kim,
It
have
this.
is
you been
creeping me
watching
out.
the Dahmer show on Netflix? Is that what you're kind of implying?
Jeez, you're saying the quiet part out loud, Justine. You're saying the quiet. All right,
You
yeah,
kept hinting at it. I thought maybe
yeah, all
those
right. You know what?
situations where you just
I've been
want.
watching the Dahmer show out
Uh
loud.
huh.
Okay,
Yep.
and look, I know that
Mhm.
these glasses are a little sillier, and they don't make me look super intimidating. But nonetheless, I've been doing what I've been doing. Let's just put it at that. All right. And that said, now that we've talked about horrible serial killing and also this very specific manor who's owned by this man who's just an absolutely terrible person and run by terrible people, and everything about it is terrible. Well, let's meet the kooky characters behind this place, right? So
What,
I got the next set of guests, Phil, and I'm running the point on that tonight. We wanted to get him in here,
who
so
who
let's go. Let's like I got. Hold on, I'll put him on mic right now. Give me 2 seconds, you guys. Give me 2 seconds, all right?
We got a lot going on here. A lot of moving parts today. It's a very exciting time
This
to
is
be back on
interesting.
the
Yeah,
show.
we've had guests arrive. This is the second time now one of our guests was not able to just click a Zencaster link. Instead, for some reason, they physically went to Kim's apartment to do the show. But I mean, it's exciting. This is high level
Maybe Kim has a
podcasting.
really conveniently located apartment. There's probably like a Starbucks right downstairs, so
That makes
it
that
does
yeah.
make sense.
That does make sense. Well, thank you, Kim, for just accepting random visitors off the street into your
She's really
apartment
taking it for the team.
for the sake of the show. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this is weird. I'm trying to pick up on the vibe of, was Kim admitting she is a serial killer, or was perhaps
I think that might have been.
okay?
I think
This is
from my
should we
understanding,
edit this out?
we might need to, just like for legal reasons, because I think what she was
Okay.
saying was that she watched the Jeffrey Dahmer show and then did murders.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was picking up. But what if we maybe have the listeners sign a contract before
Ah,
the show that they can't,
yeah,
snitch or anything?
Phil, you're a genius. Add legal team to to one of your roles. You're perfect.
Yeah, the legal mind here is really. I've been watching a lot of She-Hulk, and it's really, you'd be
Yeah.
surprised how much legalese is actually on
Yeah,
there.
a lot of Better
No.
Call Saul too, I'm sure, and yeah.
Yeah, I've learned how to make delicious cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
On top of all the legal tricks.
And I'm sure the family appreciates that. So this is a really, this is life skills you're picking up.
Yeah, as one does, you watch shows, you pick up skills, you might become a murderer. I don't know how that works.
It depends on the show, depends on the skills. Like I've been watching a lot of fantasy. I'm now an expert in medieval swordplay. So,
I was going to ask you what skills have you possibly picked up from Rings of Power or House of Dragons, but there it is. I mean,
yeah, mostly a lot of House of the Dragon, so mostly just swordplay and like lying to people. So those are the skills that I have now.
right. Nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Someone has
Yes.
dropped in after all. This is exciting. Who is here with us?
My name, of course, is Pipperton. And
Welcome, Pippapippa Pipperton. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being with us.
thank you very much for having me. And of course, I'm here with my client, McCamey Manor.
That's
Oh,
her
good.
name.
Okay, this makes sense.
No, she is McCamey Manor.
Physically.
The house. McCain Manor.
That's why we couldn't really see, because it just looks like a long, just like a wall behind you. But now I get it. That's the manor. Okay.
Yes, it is very difficult to get a house inside of a studio apartment. It's very dirty in here, very muddy.
I'm
Terrible
so
smell.
sorry, Kim. Your client seemed to have made a statement that I didn't quite catch it.
Who's
Just for the
Kim?
record- Oh, I'm sorry.
My name is Pippapippa Pipperton.
Pippapippa Pipperton.
That's
I'm
right,
so
sorry.
sorry. You bear
Get those
a
mixed up
striking
easily.
resemblance to my co-host. I don't know if anyone's ever told you.
Oh,
just like her.
apologies. I usually wear a big floppy hat, which is why I of course looked different a second ago.
The
now it's really awful.
energy that I know right there.
Yes,
That's right. There's only one Pippapippa Pipperton in this world, and it's me.
So Pippapippa Pipperton, to get back onto what I was saying, your client seemed to have made a statement a moment ago that I didn't quite catch. Could we have your client, the house, repeat that statement just very clearly for us?
Of course. Let me seek counsel with my clients briefly.
Of course.
You do have the right to remain silent. Wait, no, that's when you get arrested.
Yeah, my client is ready to speak.
Oh,
okay.
Please. Truly chilling stuff. Thank you.
Very spooky.
Oh, that must have been very difficult for you.
Did the stenographer get that one? Could
we check the record, please? Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
See, let me read it back.
Do you have the transcript?
I've got it right. I've got the record here. It says,
fantastic.
Followed by a few ellipses, and then I think.
Okay.
Yes,
wow.
correct.
Here,
even the second time you hear it, it's spine chilling, honestly.
Let me text that to you, Kim. Can you just review this? I want to make sure we get it right here.
I beg your pardon.
Phil, this is Pippapippa Pipperton.
I don't
know that.
I am Pippapippa Pipperton. You damn fools.
Right, of course.
Surely you've heard of me.
Here, let me text this to Justine real quick. Justine, could you possibly read that transcript to me and just see if you've got the same thing?
Yep, certainly. Yep. So I'm looking over the transcript here, and it does look like and the first statement we've gone over, and I don't think that I need to recall that one, but it does seem like I just want to clarify that second statement was.
No, not at all. No. Do not put creaking sounds into my client's mouth. Now, as my client will repeat, what she said was.
Okay, can we hear it from your client, please? Wait,
Please.
Hold on. Can we hear that one more time?
Please.
Oh, wow. I totally misunderstood. I am so
my
sorry.
gosh. That totally changes the whole tone.
It's because the and the sound very similar to.
Yeah,
Well-
it's a tonal language, sort of
Yeah.
like Mandarin.
Of course,
correct?
spooky
Makes
house is a tonal language.
Well, I think this explains. I know there was a petition going around to have McCamey Manor shut down. I think most people probably just misinterpreted the swing of the hinges, the cut of your jib, as they say sometimes. Did they say that? Is that a phrase?
There's no equivalent phrase for swing of the jib in spooky house, but I believe what he's trying to say is, she's in the zone. Sorry. We have to give her a moment. She's bringing the house down, and by that I mean she's bringing herself down.
Come knocking. Bring it.
Oh, she is raising her own roof. Oh, isn't that magnificent?
In public?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. This is highly inappropriate.
You misunderstand her culture.
The house is raising her own roof in front of all of us. There could be children here.
Well, are there? I mean, I hope there are no children.
Well,
I did see a rather small yarmulke wearing child on the way as I was coming in, but
that tracks. Well, I think for the listeners, we do have to give a picture here, because I think most people hear the name McCamey Manor. They think it's a castle. It's a big illustrious house. Most people don't actually know that the quote unquote manor is actually just a double wide trailer. It has its own special charm, but no, not what you've been seeing circulating on the internet.
I would like to put it out there that I would never refer to anyone as double wide, Phil. I think that's quite
very rude.
Body
very
shaming
rude.
has no place here. I'm sorry.
I have
You have offended
Misspoken.
my client. My client would now like to make a statement for the record about
Okay.
why Philip Buck should be canceled on Twitter.
Okay. I knew this was coming. I apologize.
Was that a
You
horse?
just spoke over her. I mean, this is the worst manocentric podcast I have ever been a part of. I mean, men are speaking over women. Men are body shaming houses. And by women, I did mean a second ago, I did mean a house. But I assume there's also women on the show that you speak over. There's all kinds of problems here, is what I'm getting at.
Right.
Honestly, Pippapippa Pipperton, this is just
That's me.
a sliver of what I go through every week. And I'm glad finally that someone every week that I'm actually here and not watching shows about dragons, I'm glad that finally someone is here to witness the things that I go through with these men everywhere. It's difficult.
Yes, of course. McCamey Manor is a staunch feminist. So, as am I, in fact. Pippapippa Pipperton is the biggest representative of women from here across from sea to shining sea, all across the land. Isn't that right? Ooh, very eloquent. I like that.
That was almost equine in its delivery.
Yeah, I'm
Are you
got a
saying
little
my
tear,
client
actually.
sounds like a horse?
Only in the most respectful way, in the sense that a horse is a majestic animal. That
She's giving you the thumbs down.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have offended.
She's using one of her trailer doors to vaguely express disapproval at what you said.
I'm so sorry. Would it be okay if I asked your client a couple what may be seen as pointed questions?
Let me confer with my client.
Oh, please.
No, it's Tuesday. Okay, she's willing to answer them.
Okay. So my first question for your client, and thank you so much. How would you respond to the allegations of there being like way too much poop and puke involved? What would you say to that? Well, I think that's simply moving the goalposts. I don't think that is even fair as a response. And in fact, ad hominem. I feel disrespected at this point by your client.
I agree. This is not what we expected when...
Well, you asked for McCamey Manor, and of course, her agent. And in case any of you want a business card, here you go.
Let me take that.
World-class agent. I represent mostly houses that are currently on the market. But I do a studio apartments, this kind of thing.
You're not a lawyer. This says realtor here. This is explaining a lot. What?
Well, I did never claim to be a lawyer. I did say agent, and I didn't say what kind of agent I was. But yes, if cat's out of the bag, I am a real estate agent, and we're here to make a big announcement, and that's that McCamey Manor is now officially on the market. So,
incredible!
Have at it, fellas.
What is the listing price?
I'm ladies.
Oh, that does make sense.
Yeah, you didn't think her trailer door swung that way, but it does, dear.
A lot is adding up here, and I do think I may have some tenants that could be potentially very interested. I do think we would need just like a little bit less human feces to get someone in the door. Deal breaker? Wow.
That is not an option.
I mean, that's gonna shrink the pool. I hope your client understands.
My client would very much like to find someone who enjoys her the way that she is, feces and all.
Okay. Oh, I understand. I don't think that this is going to go as well as your client wants. Imagine the tenants who are into the level of human feces. Is that the type of tenant that you want for your client?
Yeah, do you really think they're going to come in above the asking price as someone that really loves, the bottom and the dumps and, you know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going here with this?
We're confused, A, by where you're going with this, and then B, doesn't everyone love getting pooped on?
I think this may be more of a niche interest than you and your client are understanding.
Yeah, this is. I know this might be hard to hear, but I think this is why so many people are in protest of the banner.
They're haters.
I think many prospective clients are going to many prospective buyers or tenants are going to view your client as, and I hate to say this, I know this may be considered a slur in your client's culture, a bit of a fixer-upper.
Oh, that's it. All right, we're cutting it right here. We're out of here.
Thank you.
And we would like to state emphatically for the record.
Well, that's disgusting.
Yeah, you're goddamn right, bitches.
Wow.
We out of here. Fuck you all.
Disgusting. I've never seen anything like this on this. Phil.
We've got a lot of work to do in post for this episode. I don't think we're going to be able to put that out as is.
Phil, we need to start really, vetting our guests a little more, because that last statement was probably one of the most vile things I've ever heard.
Heinous. But I think I'll leave it in. I think it needs to be on the record for the listeners. I think
people need to know this.
We'll put a warning at the top with the contract, right? There'll be there'll be the contract, then there'll be a disclaimer.
Yeah.
This episode is going to take a lot of buying in, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
What is up, Kim?
Hey, what's going on? Well, I mean, I think
watching your favorite show?
A double wide trailer was just in my apartment, which is crazy. so I left for a little bit, went to some nightclubs, hit the town, and just kind of did my thing for the evening. So, nice. What are you guys up to?
We've been talking to, animated, inanimate objects. I guess that's one way to put it. Humanized things like houses. And, well, I've been hearing about, apparently there's a new development. A houseplant has been able to control a machete via a robotic arm, not robatic. Have you heard about this?
Yeah,
that's a different thing.
I've neither seen nor heard about this.
It's fascinating stuff. Apparently, they've hooked up a philodendron plant. Yeah, we love those. And I guess the amino acids. I don't really know. I didn't read the article, but something in the soil controls the arm, which is holding a machete. Which strange coincidence. So, did you happen to have? Oh no, that's not a machete. That's more of a.
No, this is more of just
a chef's knife.
Yeah. Like a chef's knife.
Oh,
I think there may be, in fact, some cooking being done with this knife, unfortunately.
Oh. I'm cooking up something real nice.
What are you
Spaghetti. It's my grandmother's recipe. I use blood for the sauce. That's a new twist on it. I like to take an existing recipe and kind of just throw my own things into it, like fingers.
Did you say fingers?
Yeah, fingers. All right, let's not talk about this, guys. I tell you all to eat a dick, but I already did that. Right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Is this like the Halloween episode where you had all the wait, those weren't hot dogs, were they?
Oh, look, the show just came out, you guys. I wasn't murdering. I mean, I wasn't interested in my new hobby at that time. This has just been the last couple weeks or so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, Kim, I feel like maybe you're sort of dancing around a couple of things that you're not really telling us, and
I'm going to continue dancing around him. So, why don't we bring on our next person, right?
You have another guest?
Yeah, guys, I have so many people coming over here now, just all the time. It's incredible. I get such a rush from having a company.
Have the
They just need
neighbors, since you've had all these people in and out of your apartment, trailers and Shapiros and whatnot, have your neighbors been complaining of a smell at all from the apartment? I mean,
not more so than usual. There's all kinds of smells. Who knows what it is? You know,
Albanian cigarettes are good for. They keep the.
They definitely mask the odor of various activities. You know, so
interesting.
get yourself some Albanian cigarettes if you're into this kind of thing. And the people who are know who they are. You know what I mean? You know, the real ones out there, right? Okay, so why don't we let old Kimberly just get back to her what she was doing, and let's break on. I found the guy. I found a farmer for you, Phil. He's a farmer. He's a humble farmer. Okay,
a humble farmer of philodendrons. Is that?
Well, he's a farmer of sorts, you know, and he's actually the guy behind this machete thing. You know, yeah. I guess I could stick around. He seems pretty interesting. Pretty delicious kind of guy, you know. Cause just looks like, you know, just a very tasty looking guy. You know what I mean?
Putting a new spin on farm to table here. I don't know how I feel about this.
Sure. Yeah. So why don't we? Come on! Don't be shy over here. Come on,
farmer, get in here.
Just step over the bear trap. Watch out. That's not for now. That's later. Okay. All right. I'll just take this.
You can leave the hoe. You won't need that for this segment, farmer.
Yeah, not quite. All right, so okay, come on over here. Don't be shy. You know, let's scooch over.
It's not really. I mean, it's more of a down home manner, right? I mean, I wouldn't say shy.
Right. All right. So, go ahead, introduce yourself.
Name's Piggly Biggly.
Piggly Biggly, the farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Any relation to the Piggly Wiggly chain of retail stores, or is that an offensive?
No, they stole my name.
So sorry to have brought that up. That must be hard.
My lawyers couldn't do anything.
This is awkward.
Terrible lawyers, this guy. Yeah.
I know a guy. You should. I'll give you their card here.
Yeah.
It's a weird pronunciation, but maybe you could.
Oh yeah, Pippapippa Pipperton.
Maybe they could help you out. Well, Big. What was the name?
Piggly Biggly.
Piggly. Thank you so much for being here. How did you find your way to Kim's apartment tonight? And what's going on there?
Don't tell me what's going on here.
What Kim? I'm talking to the farmer, okay?
All right, fine. I'll shut up. All right, I get it.
I'd love to hear from someone else's point of view. What's going on there?
She told me not to tell you.
How do you feel about that?
Well, being censored's never been my cup of tea.
I think it would be extremely brave of you, you know, despite Kim's gag order here, if you were to really tell us what you think is happening in Kim's apartment right now, you know, get the word out.
Don't you guys want to hear about him? He's a farmer, man. He made this shit machete thing, all right? He did it, you know, like anything.
Despite my better judgment, I would like to hear about the machete thing. That does sound like some interesting technology.
Well, you know, I just do the standard farm. You know, machetes is my trade.
You grow them?
So you grow the machetes, or?
Yep.
And is what kind of soil, or I mean, do you need pesticide? Are these GMO machetes? Because that's a big problem in our schools.
No, I just pour some coffee on them. Seems to do the trick.
Interesting. So all natural, and these are free range machetes. You're not keeping them cooped up, or
they can do whatever they want.
Do you happen to have one of your harvests with us? Can we take a look at them? One of your machetes, Piggly Wiggly Machete Farms, in the studio with us tonight. Wow, this is odd. That machete handle is quite a bit longer than normal, and it seems to have some joints to it. What is that about? Is it why does?
That's organic farming right there, baby.
I told you the machetes can do what they want.
Really? Would it be possible? Can we speak to one of the machetes? I don't know if that's.
Yeah, sure. You can talk to one of the machetes.
I mean, I guess if it hears you.
Yeah, that's all right.
They're notoriously.
This one's name is Michael. Okay, so
okay.
All right, go ahead.
Machete Michael, welcome to the show. How are things going on the farm, Piggly Wiggly Farms?
Oh, I think they're going just swell. I'm Machete Michael. Hello.
I don't know why you're laughing. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, what? You guys can hear that? We were just goofing around.
It's cultural differences, I think.
Only certain people can hear me. People with Hispanic background.
I feel like that may have been a bit of a racially motivated comment from the machete.
Yeah, I'm racist. Whoops.
Piggly
Are you telling me my machete's racist?
They're saying that it's a racist machete. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Piggly, I'm sorry, but I'm a Latina woman, and your machete is making really troubling comments. I know that you have kind of a libertine approach to farming. You said they can do whatever they want.
Build the wall!
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm sorry, maybe I took it too far. I'm gonna stop talking forever now. Goodbye, Michael Machete.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we gotta. Yeah, that I didn't think we would get worse comments than what we heard from McCamey Manor, but apparently,
This is worse.
Biggly Wiggly Organic Machete Farms is a Scotch racist.
My name is Piggly Biggly, not Biggly Wiggly.
That's what. Isn't that what I said? Piggly Biggly. Wait.
Got my name wrong.
Piggly, watch out.
You get my name wrong again, son. There's gonna be a problem.
That's fair. I've had a lot of problems on tonight's show. I need to stop, take a minute, listen to the women on the show, the farmers on the show, and try to get their names right.
Phil, believe women, you bigot.
Jesus Christ.
Farmers only can take so much.
Speaking of farmers only, Piggly, are you looking for love in all the right places? I mean, farmers only, we've spoken about before on the show. Are you a member?
I used to be, but there's a lot of fakers on there.
Yeah. Are you getting like catfished and,
Oh yeah. I hate it when they order me catfish.
They do have a bit of a dirty flavor.
It's catfish. Actually, that's how we met. You know,
They're trash fish.
Look, this is the thing that I didn't want to tell you guys. All right, I like to play into jokes and things. Yes, and all right. But the reason there's so much mud and suspicious things in my apartment is because we together are in the process of converting my entire studio apartment to a functioning machete farm. So there's just all kinds of fun doodads everywhere. There's dirt, which explains, all the mud and everything. The things in my freezer that you're not supposed to see, that's just machete growth hormone, which I didn't want to, blow up our spot, but we have our own kind of special recipe that we developed.
Now, this is interesting. He's told us these are organic, non-GMO machetes, and you're saying you're using growth hormones. This is a bigger story than I originally thought.
Well, look, they're non-GMO, genetically modified orgasm. There's no orgasms involved in our process. This is a strictly platonic partnership between me, who's interested in farming, and the first person who matched with me on Farmers Only.
Oh, wow.
They love a good dark roast.
I don't. Hey, come on. This is enough.
Y'all may not know this, but I actually come from a long line of machete farmers, and strangely enough, my family believes in orgasmically growing the machetes. So
how does that work?
I kind of have an issue with. You have to know where the machete clitoris is. It's a big one. Mm-hmm. Most farmers don't know this. That's it is what we call it,
right?
You actually, I guess, I didn't know you were a machete orgasmic insider, Kim. This is surprising to me. Why didn't we talk about this before?
I know, Ed. Like you and me, Phil, who've never gotten together and talked machete farming.
How do you think she hooked me?
This seems like almost like a house divided.
How did you think you hooked me?
Oh,
that's what I was there for.
Yeah, well, it's a great story how we met. I'm just really drawn to this guy. He's just a very, I just a guy who I knew I wanted to get to know more. I just wanted to spend lots of time, just a nice, just slow cook, slowly get it. I just wanted to get to know him. You know?
Piggly Biggly, I think you may be in danger in this scenario. Kim, I think she might be trying to kill you. I think she might be trying to kill
I think
you.
it
Absurd.
could cook you
Prove it.
with
Yeah.
the machete.
What
I gotta
proof
see
do
it
you
in writing.
have?
I mean, I could write it down for you if that. I mean,
Joshua, can you play the episode back for Biggly Piggly?
Joshua, no, no,
Oh,
no,
no?
no, no.
Oh,
we
you
don't-
listen to Kim only? That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Look,
We're going to have to talk about that.
Josh was into some shit, I found out.
Okay, well, I guess you'll have to watch the playback on Monday, Piggly Wiggly. Hopefully, you'll be able to catch it.
and I think
in
I'll
a
be
few days.
vindicated when you watch
Mhm.
back.
Yeah, make sure you watch because.
Oh, I'm not a fan of them internet stuff.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She's
Well,
behind you, Papa.
Jesus Christ.
God damn. I did hear that one. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
It's crazy. The machete farmer is the only person who can't hear the machete.
Yeah, that does strike me as weird. Is it kind of like a desensitization? He's spent so much time around the machetes, he's become deaf to them, or
They're just not worth listening to.
Oh.
Wait, so you just choose to you can hear them, to be clear, but you just choose to ignore them?
Kim, this is a red flag. I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about this this union here. I don't know that
Not
Biggly
only a red
Piggly's going to
flag.
respect you.
Not only a red flag, you could almost say it's a red scarf.
A red, yeah.
Something like that, guys. Something. Anyway, I
She
think
just knows I'm cold.
we're just draping it over him. See, you guys are freaking out. I was just approaching nervously because I've never had so much physical contact with my friend Biggly. With Biggie
wait,
Smalls,
don't you
I've
do
never
it.
touched, this much. So, it's just, it's a normal thing, you guys. It's just human stuff, just human interactions. Very human show. Phil, I believe you're about to wrap up the show.
Oh, I gotta say, I just think this has just been a monumental episode. I'm so glad that Justine is back, Kim is back.
Yeah.
We've had so many guests on the show tonight. Ben Shapiro, thank you for stopping by. McCamey
You're
Manor
welcome.
and Realtor. That was also amazing.
Pippapippa.
And then Farmer Piggly Wiggly, thank you so much.
Bill, Piggly Biggly.
I swear,
This is so
Ooh.
offensive.
This is wrong.
this is triggering me.
What you're doing to him is wrong.
Oh God, I've got a lot of work to do before next week's episode. I hope you all will tune in. If you're enjoying the show, please join us next week. And in the meantime, join our group on Facebook, the Succ Shame Posting. Review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you really like it, go over on Patreon and get the bonus episodes, which is coming next week. Which is convenient for Kim. She will be behind the paywall in case there's anything happening over there at her apartment.
Oh, is this a paywall episode? Oh, I could have said so much more.
Next week will be, and I'm
I'm the racist life character. Oh. See you next week, everybody.
And as always, the KielbasaGarage.com shop is up. The Succ discount is still available. Big things coming there. Watch this space. Don't want to get too bogged down in it quite yet till it's all set up. But we've got some, again, big things coming. Succ merch on the way for everyone.
yes, it's
Hell
past due.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Farmer, God damn it, I can't say it, but Farmer Big, do you have any last words for the podcast listeners? Any last words?
Or just last words.
Check them out on TikTok.
Check who out? The machetes? Or?
What?
If it was the end of my life, if I was the last thing I was going to say to anyone, that I couldn't. I don't know if I could match those.
The eloquence was astounding. Thank you
If
so
that
much.
was your
Piggly Biggly.
rosebud.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Oh God! Cut!
Oh.